Across the luminous chambers of the Celestine Tribunal, the assembled champions of the galaxy held their collective breath as the final recording began. A holographic figure of a lone human ambassador flickered into focus, standing atop the marble dais with his hands folded behind his back. His formal uniform, simple black fabric with a single silver stripe, seemed almost anachronistic among the opulent robes, living armor, and jewel-encrusted carapaces of the alien dignitaries arrayed before him. "My name," he began, voice amplified across the chamber and broadcast to every sovereign empire, "is Aiden Thorne. I am a representative of Earth's unified assembly." At first, the statement elicited scoffs. The Val Ossuair's ancient Lich King turned one empty eye socket to the nearest advisor and issued a dry rasp of amusement. The Kestrothi sovereign, Sholarek, twitched its iridescent spines, a gesture of disdain. These were beings who had ruled the stars for millennia, who measured the passage of time not in centuries but in epochs. The presence of a single human, a species many regarded as a minor curiosity, was an offense to their pride. "Decades ago," Aiden continued, his tone quiet but unwavering, "Earth accepted your presence in our sector. We tolerated your explorers when they intruded on our worlds. We permitted your traders to extract resources. We abided by treaties you never honored and listened patiently while you explained your conquests were inevitable." He paused as the chamber darkened, and behind him, holographic images rose, grainy archives of human colonies being stripped of their harvests, freighters boarded and ransacked, settlements reduced to smoldering husks. In the gallery balconies above, journalists and historians watched in stunned silence. "We believed," Aiden went on, "that our restraint would be recognized as strength of character. That our willingness to compromise would earn your respect." He lifted his gaze, his eyes searching the countless alien faces staring down at him. "We were mistaken." A ripple of unease swept through the tribunal. For the first time in living memory, the tribunal's grand hall felt smaller, less invincible. The projection vanished. In its place, the darkness returned, punctuated by the cold starlight filtering through the dome of transparent alloy high overhead. No threats. No demands. Only the final acknowledgement that humanity's patience had ended. Then the recording ended. At first, nothing happened. The Kestrothi sovereign shifted in its throne of coiling tendrils, its myriad eyes gleaming with amusement. It spoke in a voice that resonated through the bones of every listener. "This is their declaration? A plea wrapped in delusion?" The sovereign's laugh was a metallic rattle. "Shall we remind them why the galaxy obeys us?" Across the chamber, the Val Ossuair's Lich King raised a skeletal hand, crackling with dark energies. "They are insects," it croaked. "If they have chosen extinction, grant them that gift." But the historian priests of the Celestine Order did not laugh. Among their ranks, the oldest archivist, a being of pure data consciousness, remembered fragments of older records, stories of how Earth had once faced down the Cerny hive and survived. Stories that most believed were legend. As debate erupted in the tribunal, in the void beyond known space, humanity was already moving. In the Dracilian expanse, the Dracilian Imperium's Grand Armada held orbit over the half-dead colony world of Darren's Fall. Its admirals had seized 12 human settlements, executing civic leaders and enslaving populations. Confident Earth would do nothing in reply. They had paraded captured Terran freighters through their home systems as trophies. The first sign something had changed came when every Dracilian warship simultaneously lost contact with their sensor buoys. Admirals issued frantic orders to recalibrate systems, but within seconds, black specks appeared in the darkness, points of negative luminosity so profound they seemed to devour light itself. As the Dracilian sensor arrays struggled to adapt, the specks expanded into distinct silhouettes, ships that defied all known engineering. They moved as if inertia were irrelevant, gliding into precise attack formations without emitting any drive signature at all. Hulls of obsidian gleamed with soft ripples of blue energy that shimmered like heat mirages. The Grand Armada had no time to react. Human warships opened fire without warning. Their weapons left no visible trails, just the instant, total disintegration of any target they chose. The flagship of the Dracilian fleet, a city-sized dreadnought bristling with plasma lances, dissolved into particulate haze as if it had never existed. Escort destroyers imploded in perfect silence. Across every Dracilian comm frequency, there were no cries of panic, only the stunned, quiet realization that nothing they possessed could defend them. Within 2 minutes, the most powerful fleet the Dracilian Imperium had ever assembled was gone. In the tribunal hall, the Castrathi sovereign received the real-time tactical feed as the annihilation concluded. Its massive bulk writhed with rage, tendrils lashing the air. "Impossible," it thundered. "Our intelligence estimates claimed their fleets were obsolete." But the historian priests knew better. Long ago, they had archived Earth's defense doctrines, thousands of pages that most dismissed as propaganda. The doctrines described a civilization that never forgot its precarious place among older, stronger empires. A civilization that had chosen humility in public and advancement in secret. For every indignity Earth suffered, for every settlement sacked and diplomat humiliated, they had quietly refined their technologies, storing weapons of such power they could reshape the fabric of reality itself. They had kept those weapons hidden because they believed there would come a day when they would no longer be given any choice but to use them. That day had arrived. All across the galaxy, similar scenes unfolded. The Castrathi Fold's fleet fortresses, massive bastions carved from hollowed asteroids, crumbled under the invisible fury of human entropy projectors. The Val Ossuare's living necrofleets disintegrated as nanoweapon clouds turned biological tissue into sterile powder. The aristocracies of the Orc Syndicate awoke to find their treasury worlds severed from hyperspace lanes, rendered unreachable by human spatial anchors. The scale of retaliation was unprecedented. Yet it was also restrained. Not a single civilian population was targeted. No civilian infrastructure was harmed. Humanity struck only at military forces and command nodes, dismantling the apparatus of conquest with surgical precision. When the last Castrathi fortress fell, Sovereign Shularek could no longer deny the truth. For all their millennia of arrogance, their fleets and weapons had become irrelevant. And in that moment, the Sovereign understood that Earth's warning had not been a threat. It had been a promise, one they had forced humanity to fulfill. At dawn over Earth's capital, the skies burned gold as the sun rose behind the towering arcologies of New Geneva. In the unified assembly chamber, Fleet Marshal Elias Kincaid watched the reports cascade across his command table. Each confirmed a similar result: no human losses. No enemy survivors among the combatant forces. A clean, flawless execution. He felt no satisfaction in it. "Transmit the final message," he said quietly to his adjutant. A single transmission was dispatched to every sovereign empire, every autonomous polity, every remnant warlord. Humanity does not seek dominion. But neither shall we tolerate predation. Let this stand as our final act of restraint. The word spread across the stars faster than any fleet could travel. In countless war councils and senate halls, the question was no longer whether humanity was a minor power. The question was whether anyone could afford to provoke them again. For weeks, the galaxy reeled from the scale of what had happened. The Dracilian Imperium sued for peace, its proud generals humiliated. The Castrathi Fold, once the most feared collective power in the Spiral Arms, offered reparations and unconditional recognition of Earth's sovereignty. Even the Val Ossuare's Lich King dispatched envoys, admitting defeat with the cold pragmatism of a species that measured survival in eons. And throughout it all, humanity remained silent. They issued no demands for tribute. They seized no territory. They took no prisoners. When the Celestine Tribunal reconvened, there was no question about Earth's standing. The seat that had long remained empty, the seat reserved for civilizations of unmatched technological mastery, was finally occupied. From that moment, the galaxy's predators remembered a truth they had chosen to forget: that patience is not weakness, and courtesy is not cowardice. That in the face of repeated aggression, even the most tolerant civilization will eventually stand up. And when it does, the reckoning is absolute.